The episode begins with a scene of Rintaro, who is waiting for Waguri. Just then, Waguri arrives, wearing a yukata and looking absolutely stunning. She apologizes, saying she's a bit late. Rintaro tells her there's no need to apologize. He then thinks to himself that he will never forget this day. We are shown a past scene where Rintaro was calling Waguri. He was thinking this would be the first time he's called her. He gathers his courage and makes the call. He thanks her for picking up the phone and for the great time they had today. Waguri says she also enjoyed it. He then gathers more courage and apologizes for what he said while they were lighting sparklers. He asks if they can meet again to talk about it, adding that it's okay if she says no. Waguri agrees to meet Rintaro, and she shyly suggests they meet at the summer festival. The scene returns to the present, where both of them are blushing heavily. Rintaro says Waguri's name, and Waguri says Rintaro's name, and neither of them can say anything further. Then Waguri suggests they should eat something. Waguri eats an apple candy and finds it very delicious. Rintaro thinks about why he can't say anything. Rintaro then points out that she has something on her cheek. Hearing this, Waguri acts like a child, and Rintaro laughs heartily. Waguri tells him he shouldn't laugh like that. After this, they both decide to enjoy the festival. They do just that, eating a lot of things, playing many games, winning prizes, and overall, spending a lot of time together. Waguri says honestly, she ate a bit too much today. Rintaro then suggests they should rest for a while. Rintaro asks if her legs are hurting from walking so much. Waguri says she's fine. They come very close to each other at that moment and start to blush, and a sudden silence falls for a few seconds. Rintaro decides he has to talk to her now. He loved the festival. He calls Waguri-san's name, and Waguri-san looks at him with affection, and he says, "I love you" directly. He says he loves her very much. Rintaro then says that when he first saw her smile, he thought it was the perfect smile, but he couldn't say anything to her because of their school's problems. But while lighting the sparklers, he understood that there was something between them, just like there is between every couple. He knows that he might be acting a bit greedy right now. He could have spent more time with her without telling her, but he didn't want that. He wanted to tell her the truth, and honestly, he wants to spend even more time with her. He says he always wants her to be with him and to go somewhere together. Rintaro then apologizes, saying he might have said too much, but he's told her everything in his heart. Then Waguri says, "I know you are still not fully satisfied." She then asks if he remembers their first meeting. Rintaro says yes, he saw her eating a lot of cake. Waguri says that wasn't their first meeting. She then reveals that he saved her once, and that's the reason why she always came to his family's shop to eat cake. Rintaro couldn't remember when he saved her. She says she remembers that day very clearly. It was last winter when it was snowing, and she had forgotten her umbrella at home. She thought she should quickly go home, or she might catch a fever. But then she saw his cake shop, and honestly, she loved eating cake. But that day, she didn't feel like eating cake at all, but a lot of warmth was coming from inside the shop. Because of this, she went inside his shop, and the first person she saw inside was him. And when she took the first bite of the cake, it felt very warm and comforting. She hadn't eaten such a good cake in a long time, and honestly, she couldn't stop her tears. She cried so much there. And at that time, he came to her and cheered her up. She knows he might not remember that. Rintaro starts to panic, saying, "Yes, I remember." Waguri then laughs a lot and says she knows he doesn't remember anything, and he doesn't need to worry. She then says she knows that if anyone else were in her place, he would have done the same. But still, he saved her at that time, and his kindness was truly amazing. It made her very happy. That's why he shouldn't feel bad if he doesn't remember. She is not angry. Waguri then says, "Rintaro, you just said that you didn't want to bother me because of school, but we met at a place where our school names don't matter at all, literally." After this, Waguri is shown getting ready with makeup, new clothes, and styling her hair perfectly. Honestly, she was very excited that day, and while leaving, she was wishing that she could talk to him again. And when she talks to him, her heart beats very fast. She then goes to the shop, and his mother now knew Waguri quite well since she had started visiting frequently. Waguri tells her which cakes she wants, and then she sees Rin. She gets really happy seeing him, but she thinks he's always in the kitchen, so how will she talk to him? She thinks, what's the use of wearing such nice clothes? But she then says, still, the cake here is quite delicious, and this place gives me a lot of peace. I wanted to come here again and again for only one reason, to meet that employee who is quite fair and has such lovely words. I just wanted to talk to him. I would love to talk to him again. The next day, his mother tells her, I think you're going to taste all the cakes. Waguri says, yes, because all the cakes are quite tasty. His mother says, my husband will be very happy to hear this. Waguri is shocked to hear husband. His mother then points out, the person in the black outfit is my husband, and next to him is my son. After hearing that, Waguri is literally stunned. She thought he was just a normal shop worker, but now she knows he's her son. His mother says he's also in the first year of high school. Waguri now thinks of herself as quite stupid for mistaking him for a worker. She blushes and quickly runs away without saying anything. But Waguri was happy because she finally knew his name, at least his first name. She kept coming to the shop for a month, but was never able to talk to Rintaro. Waguri eventually gave up hope. She thought she would never be able to talk to him. She even decided to stop going to the shop. But one day, she was walking, and it was raining heavily. She was also hungry, and seeing the cake increased her hunger. She didn't want to go inside, but she somehow went in again. She looks for Rintaro, but he's not there. Waguri says, "I want to eat cake here today," and his mother is quite surprised because Waguri usually took the cake to go. Waguri starts eating the cake, but then a worker comes to call his mother for some important work. His mother says, "You eat your cake, I'll be back." Waguri continues eating the cake and says, "The cakes here are really tasty." She starts thinking about Rintaro again, then tells herself not to think about those things and focuses on eating the cake. Then she looks next to her and literally she says, "That was the first time I made eye contact with you and I was so scared. I was very excited at the same time." She was thinking, "Honestly, my luck is quite bad. I wasn't wearing a cute outfit that day. I was wearing a terrible one." Thinking all this, she kept blushing. She says, "You were looking at me so intently that honestly, I couldn't control myself at all, and out of shyness, I immediately ran away from there." After going outside, she thought, "How much of a fool I am." She felt like giving up, but she thought she couldn't give up this easily, especially not like this. Literally, the next day, she goes to the shop and tells his mother directly, very shyly, "I need to talk to your son. I have something important to discuss with him." Rintaro comes there, and seeing Rintaro, Waguri becomes shy again. She wanted to talk to Rintaro about that day, but she didn't have the courage to do so, and she just says, "Why don't we sit together and eat some cake?" After this, Waguri is shown in her school, and she can't focus on her studies. She keeps remembering the moment when Rintaro saved her from the delinquents in episode 1. She thinks, "I shouldn't focus on these things. I should focus on my studies." She goes to open the curtain to distract herself, and as soon as she pulls back the curtain, Rintaro and Waguri look at each other. Waguri was totally surprised. She was about to call Rintaro's name, but Rintaro closes the curtain before she can. Waguri was very happy now because she finally knew that Rintaro was from Chidori High School, and she could meet him whenever she wanted. She wonders if this is her first love. Waguri then stands up and says, "Rintaro, my name is Waguri, and your name is Rintaro. We shouldn't care too much about our schools. You enjoy talking to me, and I enjoy talking to you, and we will talk. Thank you so much for talking to me. If you don't object to what I'm saying, can you accept me?" Literally, after this, she also says, "I love you, Rintaro." Literally, the thing they had been waiting for all this time. Waguri finally says it. Rintaro then says that when he saw behind the curtain for the second time, he didn't think he would be able to see a world he had never imagined. It was her who extended her hand toward him with her strength, and that's the reason why he got to know her so well. And with this, our lovely episode ends here.